XMRMY here. So Nick, your master-in-chief, and we're going to introduce someone new today. So this is Dalton. He's actually the other co-founder, and we're going to do a rundown on his bike and kind of show you what the other side of Big Power Lyndhurst XMRMY is. So this is Dalton, and we're going to hear what he has to say. So behind us is Dalton's rig. So it's an 850 XMR 2017. This is actually the reason why I bought my Renegade. When Dalton bought his, when did you buy yours, Dalton?
I bought mine in the end of 2016. I bought this bike brand new out of the crate.
Okay, so there you go. So brand new. So he didn't get the new old stock discount. Just seeing him drive this around just made me really want to get an XMR. I wasn't too much of a fan of the Outlander, just the width of it, so that's why I kind of went with the Sport Renegade. But all in all, this seems to have held up pretty good for Dalton. Yeah, we're just going to give you a rundown of like what's wrong with it, what we're doing to fix it.
Where it's been the past 9 months.
Yeah, kind of talk about how Dalton's been kind of trying to fight that monkey on his back about the quad there. Yeah, so we're slowly picking away at it, just the small things we had to change to get it running again. And we'll fire it up for you guys later and show you kind of what we've been doing. So Dalton, why an Outlander 850?
It's kind of my first bike I ever had. I had a 2010 Outlander. It was just an 800R, but I had ITP 28s on it, a snorkel kit, rad relocate. It was a good bike.
Yep.
And I've never really been a sport quad kind of person. I'm more of the utility kind of in your face look.
Yeah.
So like, I can go play with this all I want and do whatever I want with it. But for say I gotta go out back, I can hook the trailer onto it and not have a problem bringing up a load of wood or whatever, right?
Right.
So yeah, I do like to play with it, but I also like to use it for work.
Yeah.
That's
So I mean,
personally why I went with the Outlander.
So it's pretty much like the best of both worlds.
Yes.
Eh? Okay. So we're gonna kind of give the people a look here at the bike and the condition it's in, and yeah, we'll go from there. So what happened, Dalton? Why is the bike in this condition here?
Well, about I want to say started to midway last summer. Nick and I were out on a trail ride out in Shaytown, which is a phenomenal place to go for a trail ride. If you ever want to go and we're up, hit us up. We'll go with you. But we were going around a pond. I've been down it 4 or 5 times, and unfortunately this time I took it a little too high on the side of the pond and a rock kicked me off, so I went off and then the bike came over and it ended up floating upside down in the pond with me. So Nick had to help me fish it out. We drug it out to the truck, got it loaded, brought it back, and I drained the oil. That's about as far as I ever got with it after that incident. Just because at the time I was working, I didn't have time to fix it, I didn't really have the money, but I've been saving up over the past little while to get it going because I want to get out riding again. But yeah, that's where it's been. She's been hiding.
Now you were so you were staying in Shaytown, and I do remember that ride because we ended up snapping my winch cable or your winch cable trying to get you back to the trucks there. There's actually a Snapchat picture of your bike on its rear end there trying to drain the water out of it.
Yeah.
I think correct me if I'm wrong, did we not have it out one more time after that too?
Sorry, yes we did. Yes we did, because sorry, I forgot about that. We had it out, we were out playing in, I believe it was the quarry behind my place.
Yeah.
And doing XMR things and having fun, and the rear drive shaft ended up dropping out of it. I'll just show you. So, there's the rear drive shaft, prop shaft. There's the rear prop shaft out of this bike. Front section's alright, no big deal, but the rear, not so much.
Looks like it's a little chewed there.
A little bit. What we think happened is the retainer clip for this side of the U-joint cap let go, and it slid, and then it just kind of went to town.
Yeah, it just started to wobble around.
But that's not the first time this drive shaft has done this. This drive shaft has done that also on a trail ride in Shaytown with TJ and Jordan and all them.
Yeah.
That was the first time it happened. This is the second. So I said screw it and bit the bullet and bought a new drive shaft from Can-Am.
Right. Now, so you were saying that we obviously, I know, I'm just saying this for the camera. So you were saying that we were in the water and was there any like any thought of maybe from the rattling any like lack of seal in those in the seals in the diff?
The seals were all tight. I made sure of that before I pulled everything apart. The rear seal, the transmission seal in this is new. About a year ago, Can-Am put one under warranty.
Okay.
So it's got a new transmission seal, and the rear diff is brand new because I blew the first one to pieces.
Right. Okay.
So the seals are good. I thought maybe that was the problem. There was just a little bit of vibration, but no, the seals are fine and the bearings are all good. It's just the first time it went, I think I held her a little too wide, and
yeah,
the U-joint was not having it.
Well, at least we found it, right? Because I remember, I do remember you fishing around that small pond, going for a little dip there, looking for it.
What are you doing? Oh, just looking for my drive shaft.
Yeah, I mean, we were all pretty hopeful, but I mean, in the end, I guess obviously you found it. So that was good. Yeah. So, what are your like? Do you have any major? I wouldn't say concerns, but what are your dislikes for the bike itself?
For the bike itself, I can't really say I don't really have any dislikes for the bike. It's been a phenomenal bike. It's tried and true. I've broken stuff, but due to either the terrain or a factory defect, like 3 of my parts that I broke have been, they were just factory defects.
Right. Yeah, and that's kind of one of those things, you know, you obviously can't plan ahead for that. It just happens, and when it happens, you just gotta kind of take it in. And
that's the thing. You buy a bike brand new where it's not been out on the trails and tested, so there's like 20 or 30 people that own it already.
Right.
You don't know what the possible problems are for the bike.
And that's just it.
So you learn as you go.
Oh, now, for sure.
Like I said, the only major problems I've had with this is the rear diff, which has been changed under warranty.
Yep.
The prop shaft. And the front Fox shock.
Oh, so on to the next broken part that Dalton has here. Now this is interesting. I don't know if any of you have seen this before, but that obviously is meant to be one piece.
Yeah.
As you can see, it's severed or exploded into 2 pieces.
Well, what the dealer figured has happened.
Okay, so you did take it in.
Yes,
then.
I took it in. The dealer went over it, and the dealer said that they've never seen this happen before. So the dealer, what they think has happened is there's a factory problem, or not a factory problem, but a forming problem when they were building the shock housing.
Right.
So there's a defect in it, and just from all the bumps and jumps and all that stuff, that it let go.
It just finished, yeah.
Now, Fox, I love Fox shocks. I have them on my truck, but Fox said, no, I'm on my own for this deal.
Yeah.
So I priced it out through Can-Am. I'm $369 for a new front shock, just the shock. But like I said, you buy a new bike, you don't know the problems, so you learn as you go.
You just kind of fix and go.
Plus, I'm not exactly the easiest on parts or bikes.
Yeah, which is kind of what we're hoping here on this channel. So we're gonna get lots of good stuff when you get this bike rolling again, which is kind of what I'm hoping for. So that's good. Okay, perfect. So dislikes. Now, what do you like? Like, I know this is the short chassis, correct?
Yes.
So this is the L frame. So. Was there kind of a thought process between going L or the 2-up frame?
There was and there wasn't. I really wanted the 1000 at the time, but due to, at that time, the 1000 was not offered in the short chassis.
Okay.
L chassis.
Yep.
Now, granted, I could have got the longer chassis, but it wouldn't have fit in my truck. I wouldn't be able to. I'd have to have a trailer to take it wherever I want.
Right, which is obviously an inconvenience, yeah.
Well, it is and it isn't. Just personally, I like having my quad in the back of my truck.
Yep.
I don't have to worry about a tire.
Oh, of course. Yeah. And if you obviously come with us riding, there's a lot of tight spots where it won't exactly allow a trailer, so it's obviously nicer to just toss it in the back of the truck.
Yeah.
Perfect. So so short frame, obviously it's better maneuverability too, and it's just more of a convenient factor. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so likes, dislikes, we've done that. So what have you done? So obviously this bike is mostly stock, but have you changed anything versus the stock version?
The only thing I have changed is I put a Can-Am XMR exhaust on it from the dealer. When I bought the bike, I wanted to get a cam, but I didn't want to go aftermarket. I wanted one that Can-Am has actually vouched for.
Correct.
And I know it works correctly on the bike without any custom tuning.
Oh, which is nice too.
Yes.
Okay, so there's no tuner on this then?
There's no tuner on this. It's just, it was a slip-on. It still works with factory computer ECM.
Yeah. We'll just take a look at that pipe there. So for those of you that haven't seen a Yoshi pipe, so like you said, it's just slip on. So actually on the Outlanders, it's a lot easier to put a slip on pipe because they don't cross along the back side of the quad like that. They just come straight out. So there's a lot less bolts, which is obviously nicer. So you just take that one clamp off and slip it off, and then slip that back on. And so what do you think on sound? I know I like it. I definitely like that the sound of the Yoshi pipe wide open. But what are your thoughts on it?
I love it personally because I mean, if it's too loud, it's too bad for you. But,
Yeah.
It's got a really good deep tone to it, and it sounds really good. Yeah, it's ridiculously loud going down the road, but you don't buy a pipe for quiet.
Oh, that's just it. Yeah. No,
But
I completely agree with you.
as soon as I slipped it on, I found the bike had an increase in power.
Yep.
And, well, just basic power and stuff like that. Right?
Yeah, and I mean whether it's placebo or not I mean it comes down to 1 or 2 horsepower. I mean in all honesty, you're like, I don't know. Some guys will swear by it. 1 horsepower makes all the difference, but I mean, look, in all honesty, it comes down to the way you handle your bike.
Yeah.
No, cool. So basically just a pipe, so that's good.
The rear diff, when it was under warranty, it's a 1000 XMR diff.
Oh, really?
It's a little bit lower gear ratio.
Okay. Can take a little bit more of a beating too.
A little bit, yeah. I think that's why they gave it to me.
Right on. So I see.
It's all dirt bike bars.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't look like the stock bars.
No, my factory ones met their demise after I went over the bars.
Yeah.
And one was bent way out, so I just said I changed it. I had luckily enough, I used to race motocross, so I had a set of rental bars kicking around. Which, granted, I wanted to do a bar riser kit to this bike regardless.
Yep.
But with the height of the dirt bike bars,
Correct.
it literally adjusts to where you would get a
So
1.5
it's
or 2 inch rise, right?
Perfect. Yeah, so it's built in, so you got kind of like a 2-in-1 deal.
Plus, it's not quite as wide.
Yeah,
so
no,
it's
I
a
noticed
little
that too.
easier to
Yeah.
turn.
So I'll just give you a profile here. So as you can see, it's kind of it's right inside. It's actually like pretty much 1.5 inches in on each fender, which is nice. Obviously, it doesn't clip on any trees or anything like that. Cool.
Every now and then, like you'll be getting down a trail and you're gonna get like in a hole, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna kind of turn or go cockeyed. How many times are you gonna catch a stock bar off a tree branch or something, right?
Well, that's just it. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. And obviously, if you're like me and you roll your bike every now and then, they won't smash off the ground. Yeah, it does happen.
Oh, yeah, that'll happen.
Okay, so so we covered likes, dislikes, what you changed to the bike. So it's been sitting since you said 9 months,
9 or 10 months,
give or take. Okay, so obviously it's been sitting over the winter time. So tell us when you pulled it out of the barn there. Tell us what was up with it. Did it fire right away? Like what did you have to do to get it out of the barn?
The battery was stone dead, which I kind of figured it'd be stone dead. So we put a booster on it, got it running. But before that, I wanted to make sure it would move by hand without anything running, because as soon as the motor runs and you click it in gear and something froze, it could break.
Of course.
Now, regardless, the diffs were froze. Like, the bike would not move. We had to put it on car dolly stands, wheel it out of the barn, and then shove it onto Nick's trail.
Which was a good time.
Which was a great time. But oddly enough, when it got here, I don't know if it was because it hit bumps or something, but it backed right off the trailer. It never had a problem. It was on
Yeah, that's right, because we didn't have to push it or pick it up. Yeah, it just rolled right off.
Which I kind of figured, because like I said, the only thing I changed after I swamped it was the engine oil.
Right.
I mean, if I didn't change that, we'd be looking at a new block or a new motor.
Oh, no doubt. It would have split for sure.
So, now the fluids are all changed. The bike moves. It's fine. We just got to wait for the new parts, which is the new shock and the rear prop shaft.
Yep.
It was an entertaining hour and a half trying to fish it out of the barn, though, with the frozen depths.
Yeah, no doubt. Obviously, it's quite a bit of dead weight to move around.
Yeah, but I mean, considering it was froze and no seals blew out of anything, I'm highly impressed with it.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, I noticed too that your rims. So your rims are those are not stock, correct?
No, they're not. I forgot about those. I had them on my 2010 Outlander
Yes, that's right. I do remember that.
with a set of 28 ITP mudlights.
Yep.
Now, I got rid of my 2010. My father bought it.
Yep.
And he didn't like the wheels because he's not a big kind of wheel guy. He's more of a stock
Trail.
trail bike.
Nothing too serious.
So I gave Dad my stock wheels from this bike
Yep.
for my SS wheels.
Right.
and then we just switched over to the 30-inch silverbacks to the SS ones.
Yep.
Personally, I like the black with the chrome. The other ones were just literally a straight chrome rim, which I'm not a chrome guy.
I hear you. Less shine, the better.
Yes. So I'd like to do another rim setup eventually, but I do like these. They suit the bike.
Yep.
They're not out of place on it.
Correct. No, they do obviously fit that black plastic profile as well.
And if young guys remember on the YouTube channel, I remember these being on somebody's Renegade for test before he bought 30s.
Yeah, it was actually a great ride. Can't complain. When I was looking at getting 29.5 tires, I wanted to make sure obviously they didn't rub, so I had taken these out, these silverbacks out for a test drive. But it wasn't a true. I don't know if you can see the tread from here, but it wasn't a true ride because those are worn down. So I'm curious, how many kilometers do you have on those tires alone?
On these tires, let's see what the bike says. I should have around 1,800-ish. 1846.5 kilometers on this bike total. That's rims, that's tires, that's the bike.
And that's quite a bit. Yeah, that's quite a bit of terrain too. So back to the shocks too. We were saying so you blew a shock apart, and obviously you weren't done riding. So what did you have to do to get it out of there?
Do we have the other shock that came out of here still? We should.
The Rev one?
Yeah, the Rev shock. Well, okay, so for everybody else, I wasn't done riding that season, so I wanted to go regardless whether we had to kind of cobble something to make it work, which in theory we did, and it wasn't exactly the greatest idea. So if you look, this is what the bike comes with. They're factory Fox podium shocks, right?
Right.
So the one broken half, as you've seen. This is, I haven't got the new shock yet. This is what we put in. These are HPG shocks out of a 2003 Rev 800 Skidoo with just the Can-Am spring.
That's quite the, and obviously, yeah,
they're not as stiff.
No, definitely not. Gee, if you go back onto the channel there, I think the first or second video, you can really see the profile of the quad drop and sag. Yeah, because it's just not meant for that kind of trail riding.
But like I said, at the time, I still wanted to go trail riding, finish out the season. So
oh, of course.
We had to do.
No, absolutely. So yeah, and I just kind of noticed your headlights are out too. What's the deal with that? Are you taking them out and replacing it with something else, or?
I want to put a set of halos and everything in it.
Yep.
The main reason these are not in the bike is I've lent this bike out twice, and both times it's came back with less and less headlights.
I know what that's like.
So I kind of stopped lending the bike out, and once I get enough cash ahead, I will be putting a set of halos in here.
Yep.
But for temporary, I'm going to do what Nick did on his Rennie. I'm going to get probably a 12-inch light bar.
Right on.
I'm just going to mount it to here.
Okay, yeah, just right across the rad relocate, yeah.
For the one or two times that we actually do a night ride, really, we don't need lights.
No.
I mean, my taillights still work. Legitimately, we don't really need headlights.
Yeah, that's just it, yeah. No, which is obviously a good idea, plus, I mean, you're going to get a lot more clarity then.
Yes.
Okay, so sweet. So obviously, that kind of shows us what you obviously want to do to the bike in the future.